Guys, Louisiana family mourns an 8-year-old after rare brain-eating amoeba exposure. This 8-year-old, Lillian Smart, died after contracting an extremely rare and almost always fatal infection believed to be linked to swimming in Lake Claiborne.
Does anybody know what happened in the bond market? Because this is what's truly fueling a lot of the moves. So it's very important that we know this stuff, okay? The US government owes now $40 trillion, right? Borrows money by selling bonds, which are basically IOUs to the American citizen. You give them cash now, pay you back with interest. Think of it as like a loan. When you buy a bond, you're literally loaning the government your money. Because that sparked buying in the crypto market, guys, there was a massive short squeeze. One of the biggest short squeezes we've seen since 2021. 2.74 billion shorts got liquidated.
There is this guy that leaked GTA 6 gameplay. And this is like days before the reveal trailer comes out. The guy's name is CyberLeak. If there's one thing you guys don't know or do know about Rockstar is that they take leaks very seriously. And the last person that leaked their game, they absolutely
Welcome back to another episode of The Market Take, breaking down what's happening around the world in the markets and in crypto.
And if you like being informed about this kind of stuff, please consider subscribing to our channel. And if you do watch our content and you're not sure if you're subscribed, please double check. A lot goes into making these videos and we get super motivated when we see that people are interested. So yeah, thank you.
Welcome back to another episode of The Market Take, guys. The date is August 24th. And I don't know what I was going to say. Dude, yo, guys, I got to be honest. Me and Fody are both cooked right now. We are tired. And for some reason, Fody likes to drive around with no tent in his car. So I felt like I was in the sauna for a half hour. So I'm a little bit dehydrated, and I feel like I need some electrolytes and salt.
Guys, it was not that bad. Okay? All right? Or it hasn't been outside in a minute. But anyways, I mean, yeah, it was hot. I mean, I wiped out from it. But yeah, I mean, let's get started, shall we?
Yeah, guys. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Who doesn't have tint? A sicko. He likes the pain. Because we switch cars every other week. So every other week, I have to go into a bathhouse before I come and do the podcast. And that's why I like mix my words around, because it takes so much energy from me. I can't think anymore. My freaking brain's overheating.
Dude, to be fair, guys, normally I do have tint, but I don't know. It's
been 2 years, dude.
Bro, I refuse to put tint on a lease. Anyways, and now my lease is almost up. It's up in little under a year. It's too late. There's no reason to put tint on it. Winter's about to happen. Whatever. Anyways, guys, let's start off by saying, wow, the U.S.-Canada trade war. What?
I'm sorry. It was just the way you said wow. But yeah, what's up? Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Anyways, guys, if you don't know, we've been in trade talks with Canada for quite some time, especially at the beginning of Trump's administration. And we've been in kind of a trade war with them, and it's escalated. They had talks the other day, and they just completely collapsed, and it left with us slapping 50% tariffs on Canada. Now, who's Canada's Prime Minister? Mark Carney. Mm-hmm. He's vouching to retaliate against that. But keep in mind, 72% of Canada's goods are traded into the U.S. This affects certain types of goods, guys. First things first, hockey sticks, wine, dairy, cement, furniture, clothing, honey, seeds, makeup, jewelry, and more. But yeah, so
I knew this was going to go up in flames the moment Trump said, Canada, you got to stop having those fires or else I'm going to tax you more because of all the smog coming into New York.
He just looks outside.
He just walks outside of Trump Tower. Where the fuck is all this smoke coming from? Fucking Canada. I'm going to fucking tax them some more. They can't control their wildfires.
Bro, I guarantee he brought that up again in these talks too. But it's interesting how this is gonna play out long term. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's just strictly like like within like the administration term thing, or if it
Yeah.
could be saved with a new administration down the road when Trump's term is up.
I worry about the auto industry because so much of the auto trade comes from Canada right now.
I know Ford too.
Yeah.
Doesn't
I
Ford
mean-
have
I
like
mean,
a huge
just-
plant?
just so many cars are manufactured there now. Like parts will come from Germany, but they'll get put together in Canada. So a lot of steel and aluminum sheet work comes out of Canada too. But I'm just worried about the hockey sticks.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that sucks, man. We got a lot of hockey teams here, and I hear they all get their hockey sticks from Canada. I don't know. I'm just making that up, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess like the more extreme look at this thing is like, I don't know. Can it result into
Yeah.
possible military intervention with our next door neighbor? I don't think so.
I don't think so. No.
But-
I mean, dude, this is the same playbook we've been tracking all year.
Mm-hmm.
Trump uses tariffs of leverage. It pushes both parties to a brink. There's no agreements. They double down. They make things a little bit more aggressive, and then they come up with some kind of treaty for a little bit. But just, I mean, you're right. Canada is our closest trading ally. We do the most trade with them in terms of the border. So if we're arguing to them about hockey sticks and honey, I don't know, dude. It's just so funny to me. If we're arguing with them about that, it's a clear sign that nothing is going to be put down on paper. And that's kind of been the story for everything. There's been talks for Russia, Ukraine. There's been talks for Israel, Palestine. There's been talks for Iran and U.S. There's talks for U.S. and Canada, and nothing ever sticks. Nothing ever happens. And that explains why our debt is becoming worse and worse, which is some topics that we're gonna go over later on in the pod. But things, nothing is really working out, and the U.S. just seems to get in more and more debt and seems to keep giving away more and more money, which is again other stuff that we're gonna talk about this, because I can't believe what I heard is going on in L.A. Oh my God.
I don't even know what's going on. I want you to tell me.
I will tell you as soon as we get to the debt part.
Speaking of wildfires, though, dude, like, there's a massive. I wouldn't even call it a wildfire because it was human caused. Near Reno, that forced 90,000 people to evacuate.
That's crazy.
A fast-moving human-caused wildfire, they're called hawk fires, normally, erupted Saturday in the Sierra Nevada foothills northwest of Reno and exploded under strong shifting winds up to 40 miles per hour. By Monday, it had burned over 15,000 acres with 0% containment, destroying homes, injuring at least 6 people, including 3 first responders, and prompting mandatory evacuations for 42,000 residents, plus warnings for another 45,000, nearly 90,000 in total. About a fifth of Washoe County's population, flames reached the edge of the University of Nevada campus, UNR. That's crazy. Power outages hit thousands of homes, businesses, and parts of U.S. Route 395 closed.
That, bro, kind of reminds you of the Palisades fire, how they were saying that was just kind of natural, but there was all this video footage of people actually sparking fires.
Yeah, just like random.
Yeah,
like
bro,
random.
dude. If you cause a fire this big, that should be life in prison.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure this guy's going to be
Guaranteed.
wrung through.
It should be.
He's going to get wrung
saying.
through the courts, and he's never going to see the light of day, I would think. Bro, you would think they would have. I'm pretty sure that, dude, I'm pretty sure like arson felonies like carry like a crazy sentence. Don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty bad.
I mean, dude, you have 90,000 people basically having to move around because of what you did. That's crazy.
Now how this human caused fire started, I don't know. I don't think they know yet. I think they're still investigating it. But and I guess that really depends. Like, I mean, bro, it could be like a straight up accident, but like an accident of this much damage. I don't know. I feel like someone will still get held accountable. There's going to be some kind of angle that they're going to play where they're just going to make an example out of this person. Can you imagine Reno just getting wiped off of the map because of a fire?
Yeah, I can, dude. It literally almost happened to all of Malibu.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, wild stuff. Let's talk about
Right before Bernie, man. That's crazy. I know, right, though?
Yeah, interesting.
Man, I'll tell you what, man. Homeowners insurance is gonna get crazy.
Bro, they don't even pay that out half the time, I heard.
I don't know.
Like, especially with the Palisades fire, I heard it's like I heard they're going through they're going.
Bro, it's bad.
They're
It's
going
bad,
the
dude.
extra mile to not try to pay that out.
I know, bro. It's so messed up. And they say that, like, you know, if it's like if a person caused it, then insurance can get out of that too. Bro, there's so many weird things about it.
Yeah. Jeez.
Dude, have you gone by that area at all? It still looks like Fallout.
I haven't.
It looks insane. Like nothing is really cleaned up.
Damn, dude.
It's kind of wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, let's keep moving forward. We were talking about the national debt, guys. So the U.S. national debt just surpassed $40 trillion. Obviously, for the first time, it's never been over $40 trillion before. Pretty kind of crazy. There's going to be a lot of things that kind of circle back to this debt, like the bond story, why crypto pumped. But there's a few things going on right now, guys. So that means that technically every person owes $117,000 for every American. It took us nearly 2 centuries to get to $1 trillion. We quadrupled that in under 20 years, guys. So paying $1 billion a day of this debt would take us 110 years to clear.
Jesus. Wait, you said how much? $1 billion a day, right?
If they paid $1 billion per day, it would take 110 years to clear it.
That's so crazy, guys. If you think the idea of this being chipped away at is just to me is not feasible.
No, it's not. It's a broken system.
So, at what point? How high does this need to get for everything to reset?
So, unless the U.S. does that play that Putin's right-hand man was saying, where it's like devalue the dollar, get crypto, pay back the debt for pennies on the dollar, make the dollar stronger again.
I feel like even that would take a while. I feel like
but that would be crazy. Like, okay, let's say you could still speed that up by like 5x, right? If you make the dollar 5x weaker, you could speed up that 110-year rate by 5. But Blast saying, or he's getting excited, or get the Strait of Hormuz and get paid. Yeah, okay, but we get the Strait, but $40 trillion? Or are you saying we take complete control of the Strait? I don't see that happening without a massive war.
Dude, you know what another thing that people aren't looking at is okay, so Japan right now, they're like the yen is in like really big trouble.
Yeah.
It's borderline, I wouldn't say collapsing, but it's getting pretty worthless right now. And what they need to do, or what Japan needs to do, since like they're, notoriously Japan doesn't issue high interest rates, and they can't for a multitude of reasons, right? Like, because if they try to, like, for example, go by our model, like how they have everything set up there, they completely would collapse their economy. But one thing that they have to explore doing is the government needs to start buying yen. And with the whole carry trade thing, right? Like with like our bonds and everything, they have to do that by buying more U.S. bonds, and that's us issuing more debt. And that's another like cascading thing going on with the Japanese-U.S. carry trade that a lot of people don't realize. But that's like a ever unraveling thing that they're going through as well that directly affects us. Yeah. So, but yeah, they have to like buy a bunch of yen with U.S. Treasury bonds, essentially.
What do we think is causing this? Persistent deficits, tax cuts, social programs. So this is where I brought up the LA thing. If we just make the government more efficient, it'll run more efficiently. The reason why we're in this much debt, is on purpose. It's not, oh my God, like, yeah, it's broken, but it was broken intentionally. All these backdoor deals, all these deals with other countries, so all this aid monies, all this stupid programs, so all these social programs, all this. Oh, let's give them $1 billion to clean up homelessness in LA, but they only use like $1 million of it, and the rest goes to their pockets. This is the other craziest program that I heard, which you guys probably saw yourself. It kind of went viral. I lived in LA, that fucking hippy dippy. I'll stop. The fact that I know so many American citizens are struggling, and the fact that this was brought up in an actual government meeting made me fucking sick. They're saying we should use taxpayer money to build safe place buildings for homeless people to where they can go jerk off safely and go have sex safely. Why the fuck would my tax money pay for that? Why? Go nut in your fucking mouth, you dirty bum. Why the fuck would my money pay for that? Why is my tax money that I paid $114K in fucking taxes, why is that going to trans education in fucking Iraq? It's a broken system designed that way on fucking purpose. God, I never want to pay taxes. Every time I talk taxes, I get fucking angry.
I remember bringing this up like a few episodes ago. Like, don't even get me started with like how like the CIA and the military use taxpayer money to negotiate with with terrorists.
Yeah, but I can almost like understand that, because at the end of the day, they need money to negotiate, do deals, and there's even crazy shady deals, right? Like, it's like, we know that there's like operations that are not talked about because they're that messed up, right? But I would hope that it's for the better good of America. But why the fuck do I need to pay tax money to make a building that a whole homeless guy can go beat off in?
No, I understand. I get that. Yeah, no, 100%. Let me rephrase. I meant the amount of money they pay for intelligence, right? Or for intel. And some of the intel that they go for, like dropping $19 million of cash on some little village in Afghanistan to like a village elder for like...
Yeah, to figure out where like a leader of some like...
Not even that, like who, like the fucking distant cousin of this crazy... Whatever.
I would still support that. Just like out of the context of that we're talking about, bro, it is insane that they're talking about this in California right now. Yeah. And it's like a real thing. It blows. Let's give homeless a safe place to have sex.
Well, yeah, it doesn't shock me at all. I mean, that's kind of like with
they don't need to recreate. What the
Jesus
fuck?
Christ.
Dude, I'm sorry. If you're homeless, you don't need to recreate. What the fuck? What are you going to do? Just put a baby out on the street? What?
Bro.
Am I saying something wrong here? It's okay to push back.
Yeah, I'm going to push back a little bit, bro. I think that's a fucking wild statement.
Dude, if you're homeless, you should not be having babies.
Well... okay.
How is that wild? How is that a wild statement? What? I'd be a pissed off kid. It's like, bro, you couldn't have gotten a job first? What the fuck? That is not a wild statement. Fody, of all things to be shook about, it's that one.
I mean, I'm pretty pro-life.
What the fuck does pro-life being have to do with homeless people shouldn't recreate? You're going to have a baby born on the street around crack needles?
Well, yeah, that's a bad environment. I get that, but like
being homeless is a bad environment.
That child
You're
can
right.
easily be taken away into a better There's a lot of programs for that.
So you think a child should go through the horrible system and be an orphan for 18 years because his parents or her parents wanted to be homeless and have babies?
Or not exist at all?
Yes, or not exist at all. Correct, because it should have never been birthed. It should have never been implanted. If you're homeless,
there's a lot of accidental pregnancies that happen.
We're talking about two different things, bro.
I know,
accidental pregnancy is one thing.
Okay.
But
I'm pretty sure homeless people are not getting another person pregnant on purpose either. But yeah, I got mixed opinions on that. It depends on the case.
No, they're not paying for condoms because my tax money is paying for their condoms instead.
Yeah, what?
I don't know why you're so shook. Like, I've said way crazier things. You know me for 25 years. I've said crazy shit. This isn't one of them. Anyway, see, if a homeless has a baby, it might get this brain-eating amoeba that we're about to talk about.
I mean, that brain-eating amoeba comes from fresh water. But let's talk about that. Yeah, anyway.
My tax-paying fresh water? Oh, man. J-Bone's chat.
You guys remember? Let me ask you a question.
Hold on one sec. You guys remember in the movie 300 where they throw away the messed up babies? That's messed up. That's wrong. But if it's a homeless, you shouldn't be having a baby. What's up, Justin?
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Say, and it's gonna be a weird example. Okay, like don't.
You're really gonna try to change my stance on this?
No,
okay.
I'm just saying. All
right.
What would you do? Okay, what would you do if, like, you wake up one morning and you hear a crying baby on your doorstep and someone just literally left your baby there? What would you do? Left their baby there.
Left there. What the fuck? I would get the baby some help. What kind of psychopath would I be?
What kind of help?
I don't know.
Child services?
Child protective services? Yeah.
Then you agree with me.
What do you mean? Then I
Because if a homeless person has a baby, you agree child services should intervene and take care of that baby. But
yes, what I was saying is no homeless should have a fucking baby. What is so hard to understand?
No, I mean,
but if it accidentally has one, yeah, then probably Child Protective Services will take it away because the baby has no goddamn home.
Yeah, okay.
So what are we talking about?
I'm not saying homeless people should have babies. I don't think they should. But it's going to happen.
I don't know why we're still on this topic.
On purpose. I just had to get my point.
On purpose? No, a homeless should not have a baby on purpose.
I don't think they should have it on purpose either. But
well, then we're aligned.
I'm okay. Yeah.
Then I don't know why we're still talking about this.
I had to make my point.
Okay. You made no point, guys. Like, am I crazy right now?
Bro, the way you said it earlier,
this fucking heat must make me go nuts or something because I feel like I'm talking to a wall. Like, I can't be crazy right now.
Bro, the way you said it earlier was kind of crazy.
The way that I said it, exactly how I meant it. No homeless person should have a baby. Period. Point blank. End of story. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
On it a little
That's
bit.
it. That's it. Period. That's it. Period.
Maybe like
no. If you can't afford to get your child a pack of fucking Pokemon cards, you shouldn't have a child.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on. Now talk about the brain-eating amoeba, please.
Guys, Louisiana family mourns an 8-year-old after rare brain-eating amoeba exposure. This 8-year-old Louisiana girl, Lillian Smart, died after contracting an extremely rare and almost always fatal infection believed to be linked to swimming in Lake Claiborne. Guys, this is not the first time this has happened, actually. I've read multiple stories of brain-eating amoebas entering into people's brain and killing them before. But usually how this happens is when, like, a gush of water, it's only in fresh water, by the way, is like fresh warm water, is when a gush of water, shoots up your nose, or maybe goes, what?
I don't know, that was just funny.
Or maybe, like, goes into your ear, and then this amoeba, infects your brain. And it's, it's got a 100% fatality rate. There's really no cure for it. It's very rare that it happens. But the reason why we're talking about this is because with El Nino. You're gonna start to realize that El Nino is starting to tie into a lot of things with the extreme heat and the drought, right? Lake Mead. Let's look at Lake Mead, for example. Lake Mead water levels are lowering like rapidly, or like shrinking like super rapidly. So what's happening, right, guys, is once that water gets more shallow, the easier it gets warmer. And once it gets warm like that, it creates a really perfect environment for bacteria to grow and new bacteria to grow. You're going to see like blue algae and this and that type of stuff. Now, this is why I'm bringing up Lake Mead too. Lately, and they're kind of trying to keep this under wraps, which I don't agree with either. But with the water level lowering like that, it's causing a lot of problems, like new bacterial growth that we are starting to see. And then people have been reporting to see the Nevada Division of Environmental Protection at Lake Mead lately, and they're, like I said, keeping it under wraps, but they're starting to uncover like this new type of bacteria that's like super harmful to humans.
Dude, I wonder, because Lake Mead has had so many dead bodies in it, that those bacterias maybe kind of lingered around. And just like you're saying, with the water getting more and more shallow, the water stays warmer.
Yeah. That's exactly what's happening.
It's the Lake of Cement Boots.
Lake Claiborne in Louisiana, like that's a notoriously warm freshwater lake, and it fosters an environment for like these like amoebas and new bacteria growth. And it's not just Lake Mead. You have lakes all around like the Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Arizona area that are drying up pretty fast. So be careful if you're swimming in lakes.
Unless it's Lake Como.
That's all.
Dude, man, I'm still trying to get over the last 20 minutes. Anyway.
I just don't understand why.
I'm pro-life. What are you talking about? Who said anything about abortion? Anyway, guys, did you hear about the Ninja Turtles in New York? Dude, I just have to move on from that topic.
I don't know why you got rage baited so hard. Did I say something
I just
crazy?
don't get why you were trying to make me think that 1 + 1 is 3.
I did, dude. Bro, the way you said it just came off as like, as if it was like Spar, like you said, just like if a homeless kid has a baby, throw it off a cliff. I thought that's
oh my god!
I thought that's how you sounded. So I was like, dude, I was looking at you like you're fucking nuts. That's why you need to emphasize it a little more.
Oh man, guys, this is probably one of the coolest conspiracies right now going on.
Bro.
What, dude?
No. This is
yes, man.
Yeah.
Moving on. This is like one of the coolest conspiracies going on right now. Well, not coolest, well, strangest, but they're starting to spot a bunch of people that are living like in the sewers. Well, they don't know if they're living in the sewers, but they were basically like spotting people that would go down into the sewers for a few hours, come back out, change clothes, and then like go back down or something like that. Mm-hmm. But I know they've been saying for some time that a lot of people actually live in the sewers. A lot of homeless people live in the sewers, but that's actually how a lot of homeless people die, is because from the sewer floods, which is another reason why they shouldn't have babies, because they're not going to be in a safe environment because of all the floods. So, God damn it. But a lot of people live in these sewers because they're sheltered, basically, right? They are underground. They are sheltered. It might stink, but if you birth the baby in that sewer water, it could turn into a Ninja Turtle. Okay, all right. I swear I'm done this time. But anyway, guys, they've seen this happen a lot. Vegas actually, what a fucked up place to be. Right. Vegas actually has a lot of this too in the sewers, because Vegas doesn't rain that much. Mm-hmm. A lot of people do go in the sewers here in Vegas, but what's so messed up is when it does flood here, because our sewer systems are so terribly built, because it's not really a place that rains, they do like flood bad and people down there drown. It's fucked up. But the more concerning part about this was not, okay, it's just people living down there. The more concerning part was those sewer systems run through the entire bottom of the city. So what if they're planting bombs? So what if they're setting something up? So what if you plant a ton of bombs and you cause sinkholes on major streets? Could be huge, like terror problem. So that's something that they were investigating. So I guess a lot of the NYPD and law enforcement already went through all of the tunnels. They've been going. They've been saying that they haven't seen anything yet, but it's an ongoing investigation.
Do they also say? By the way, guys, this actually has been going on for a couple of years now. I remember watching videos, like literally on social media, of people just climbing out of these manholes.
Right.
All kinds of people, not even homeless people, too, just like random people, and nobody like. And there's like Arthur's saying, a bunch of conspiracies behind it. Like there's like an underground city. There's like underground, seminars going on, or rituals, or whatever, or like there's a whole entire different like type of whatever is going on. Yo, did you know? That there's like this underground Starbucks that like are in LA that only celebrities can go to.
What?
Yeah, I guess it's like it's a real thing. There's an underground. There's like a whole underground roadway in LA apparently.
Whoa.
And there's like this specific Starbucks for them. Again, only for like high profile people that it caters to, and like
that's that Epstein shit.
Yeah,
where you don't get a shot of B12, like you get a shot of stem cells with it.
Dude, look into it. It's wild. It's called like I forgot. It's like a specific name to it, but look into it. It's kind of crazy. Also, like, dude, yeah. I mean, like what Arthur was saying too. There's literally an underground city underneath Las Vegas. Like,
yeah.
In the storm drain systems. And bro, you know, like when you see Link get flooded all the time, right? You know that's on purpose, how it floods like that.
To flush them out?
No, just how to maintain so it doesn't like flood anywhere else. Like it's purposely built like that.
I was wondering why that is so concentrated like that.
Yeah, that's on purpose.
So they gather them over there and then they fucking.
Oh, it's nuts. I wonder if they have like some kind of like system in place. Like the people that are living underneath that storm drain, if they have like a system in place where when they know it's like rain's coming and like
it's called the bell system. Basically, they take this fish wire and they hang bells on them. So once the water level rises and it splashes that fish line, all the bells start to ring and it echoes throughout all the tunnels.
What?
Yeah, it's called the bell system.
Damn, that's crazy.
Right, just made it up.
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But tell me that wouldn't work.
Actually that wouldn't work because
it would work
if the water level hit the bell. You wouldn't hear the bell,
buddy,
because it's underwater.
Buddy, the bells would be on left and right side because the water flows and there's always concrete on both sides. So you put the bells over there and then you put the water in it and it hits it and then it echoes.
It's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. That's also how you set up booby traps, right? Like if you're in an area at night and you don't know what's going on, you have to set up areas of sound so you know where the forces are coming from.
They've got to have a system in place where they know how to like navigate that kind of that event that happens, the rain and the flood. Because guys, when it rains in Vegas, even a little bit, like the smallest amount of rain,
the city loses its mind.
Especially at the link, that thing turbo floods instantly. Yeah, they got to have a system because like they can't just keep rebuilding the shacks underneath the storm drain.
Dude, but that's what they do, bro.
Yeah.
They just like we were listening on that pod on the way here. They have their go bags of what's of the most important. Whatever's the least important is on the back. So when they have to run away from the floods quickly, they can drop weight off.
Yeah. Dude, we should go down there one time.
No, thank you. I do not want hepatitis and everything else.
I'm gonna hang out with one of them.
I don't.
I'm gonna interview them, talk to them.
Nope. I'll stick my happy ass up here. All right, moving on. What else? Mole people.
Oh, dude. I mean, I get something quick, but like talking about El Nino again, man. Like this river in Rome is drying up. Just real quick, is drying up and revealed a 2,000-year-old bridge.
Whoa.
43 years after the death of Christ.
So 43 AD.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Rome is too historic.
It is, bro. Like, archaeologists are like scouring over there because they want to see, like, obviously, like.
We never went to Rome together, huh?
I don't think so. I went to Rome with my dad.
Did I ever set you up with that tour guide, Alex, or no?
Yeah, dude, we didn't even use him.
You should have, bro. He would have taken you down to the underground tunnels.
Yeah, but like the one thing with him that my dad didn't like is like he doesn't go inside the Colosseum, the tour guide.
Right.
But my dad wanted to go in the Colosseum. You know, you wanted to take me in the Colosseum and like
Yeah.
But dude, there's so much. People don't realize, dude. There's a lot that goes on. There's a lot to explore at the Colosseum and the Roman Forum. Like, if you actually have you walked the whole Roman Forum?
The underground area?
No. Like
on the right side of the Colosseum?
Yeah, but not underground. But like the whole Forum, like the field with like the pillars and all, and everything. That takes a while, dude.
Dude, yeah, it's massive.
Yeah.
There's so they just always find stuff underground. That's why like it's so hard to build and expand over there.
Yeah.
I think the Roma soccer, the Roma football team had to like change stadiums multiple times because of every time they would dig, they would find some history, and it's like, oh, you got to stop now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's important to preserve that stuff.
Gots to. All right, moving on. You want to cover this next bit, and I'll get into stocks?
Yeah, I mean, I think you should go into stocks now.
Yeah, I mean, that's whatever.
Yeah.
So, guys, let me take a breath. This is a lot. Okay, so crypto rallied, huh? So we talked about the innovation exemption over the market take on Monday. And then over the kick stream, we talked about SEC's crypto reg rules, right? So basically meaning that crypto companies in the U.S. can now raise money. And then the innovation exemption was that tokenized stocks will kind of get laxed rules from the SEC. So both of those, plus Trump pushing to push the Clarity Act urgency, all happened in that White House meeting last week. Now, right after the meeting, what put the cherry on the cake, guys, is what happened in the bond market. Does anybody know what happened in the bond market? Right? Guys, it's key that we know this stuff because this is what's truly fueling a lot of the moves. So it's very important that we know this stuff, okay? So before I kind of get into what happened, let me just talk about bonds and yields real quick, okay? Just so the story makes a bit more sense, okay? So the U.S. government owes now $40 trillion, right? How does it borrow money? It borrows money by selling bonds, which are basically IOUs to the American citizen. You give them cash now, and they pay you back with interest. That's how the bonds work. So think of it as like a loan. When you buy a bond, you're literally loaning the government your money, and like any loan, the riskier the borrower, the higher the interest that you have to pay as a borrower, right? So if I'm the bank and I'm loaning money to Arnold right here, who is our video guy, and he has a perfect credit score, I may only charge him 5% interest. But let's say I gave a loan to Fody, and Fody's credit score is not as good. He's a bit more risky, right? So I might charge him 7% interest because of the risk, okay? So here's how bonds work. Every bond has a set set payment, okay? So every bond, though, has a yield percentage, right? So let's say you pay $1,000 for a bond. And that bond has a fixed payment of $50 per year. And that's how it always is, and it doesn't change. Now, what changes is the yield because of the price of the bonds, guys. That changes. So if the price of a bond is $1,000 and it gives me $50 every year, it's a 5% yield, okay? Now, when bonds go up, and let's say you're paying $1,250 for a bond, but you're still getting the same $50, that yield is now 4%, okay? Or let's say you pay $830 for a bond, and it's still the same $50. Now that yield is 6%. So what was basically happening is the U.S. government was in so much money that yield percentage climbed up to like 5.5%, super high. So because that happened, the 10-year bonds, the 30-year bonds went into the highest levels since 2007, since the housing crash, basically, right? So Bassett, who's involved with the Treasury, said, okay, so the Treasury is now going to do a double buyback of bonds. So they're buying twice as many bonds as they normally would, which means paying back people. So they did that because they needed to bring the interest down, the yield down. So it did bring the yield down. It dropped from like 5% to like 4.5 ish. But then it immediately got sold off into, and the yield went right back up. Because right now, as the citizen doesn't trust the U.S. government to pay back that loan because they're in debt so much. So it's still super high yield. But when that happens, and the government is basically providing liquidity for the market, where does the market go to? The market goes into assets that can't get printed, right? That's why gold spiked up so much when this happened, and so did Bitcoin, because of this whole bond thing. So, sorry, I just lost my my thing. Sorry, one sec, guys. Did I? Oh, crap. Sorry, guys, I moved some stuff around. All right, so like I was saying, we've heard of things called like quantitative easing, right? But this isn't that. This is kind of like a cousin of that. What the government is trying to do is to make the American public feel safe and encouraged by loaning money to the government, right? And that's why they said, all right, we're going to buy back bonds double. So we're going to spend twice as much to buy back bonds and pay you guys back. So the yield on those bonds dropped because the prices of them went up. But that was immediately vanished within about 24 hours of the market selling. People sold into that. They're not buying it. They're not feeling safe. They said, okay, if you still owe $40 trillion, just because you're buying back bonds doesn't mean that we feel any safer. So that's why, like I said, we saw gold pump up and Bitcoin pump up because it can't print more of that. So that was a huge driver for that. And when that sell-off happened, Besant was basically saying, okay, maybe $4 billion isn't enough, but we have way more firepower than that. We can buy back $8 billion. But it's just like a never-ending loop, because where are they getting that money in the first place? They're getting that money from the taxpayers. They're getting that money from people that are buying bonds. So it's just literally a debt loop that can't be fixed or solved.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Well, that was a great comment by YF Daddy. Isn't that a double-edged sword in a sense? Yeah, it is a double-edged sword.
Because of this, do you think what do you think about this pump right now? You think we got to pull back a little bit because of this thing in particular?
So, well, I think in terms of like technically speaking, looking at a technical chart, I think we do need to pull back. We need to confirm support because there's been a breakout, but there's been no like confirmation of this breakout. And when we get into the crypto news, there are some whales dumping into this sell-off pretty big. I just don't want to jump the gun. That's why I had to kind of take a pause because, because of a lot of these topics kind of start to mesh. And you know, I'm about to talk about the bond stuff again because if you scroll down to crypto, it's the bond stuff. But do I think this will lead to a sell-off? It should lead to somewhat of a sell-off. Now, if they come out and say, hey, we're going to do 4x the buybacks, 6x the buybacks, then we probably won't see a pullback, because that's just free liquidity going into the market, basically.
Yeah.
Literally 24 hours, that's all it took for those gains to completely evaporate. That just shows that the market participants are not confident in the government.
Wow.
Yep. What else we got? Jackson Hole, Nvidia. Again, these kind of mesh together. Oh, right. So, guys, so there's going to be a big meeting in Jackson Hole. It's going to be one of the big catalysts for this week, as well as Nvidia. So the Jackson Hole event is going to be one of the big Fed events of the year. Chairman Warsh is going to be speaking in it. Besant is going to be speaking in it about potentially tapping into the $1 trillion Treasury general account, it's called, for bond purchases. So if they discuss that, hey, we're going to use the Treasury general account for bond purchases, that can make crypto fly even harder, because they have $1 trillion of firepower. But like I said, it's just a never-ending debt loop, because sure, you spend $1 trillion that you got from bonds, but there's 4 to 5% interest on that trillion. So, so we have the Jackson Hole event, and then Chairman Kevin Warsh from the Fed is going to be speaking on it. And the topic that the Fed is going to discuss is this buyback system. And Warsh has been pretty hawkish all year. He's been kind of anti-forward guidance, anti-forward quantitative easing, anti kind of anything of the government stepping in, because he's worried about inflation. And I think he's got that right. You know, I think that's how we need to stay, right? If we keep doing this never-ending loop, it's never going to get better. It's just going to get worse for the next president, worse for the president after that, worse for the next generation after that, and the next generation after that. So, huge meeting over there to discuss the rest of the Fed year and to discuss what's going to happen with these bonds, with this bond buyback. And that's going to be happening between August 27th, 28th, and August 29th. It's a 3-day event. And then right before that, guys, we have the biggest earnings of Q3. And that is, of course, Nvidia. Their expected revenue is $54 billion. The recent history is Nvidia has beaten pretty much all the last few earnings. If you guys remember, Kevin Griffin scooped up a lot of the semiconductor stuff when Situal Awareness got their margin call. So a lot of the semiconductor sector did already pull back before this Nvidia earnings, okay? And Nvidia right now, let's go Pangu if you're in the Pangu trade. Let's go Pangu if you're in the Pangu trade. Nvidia right now, from all-time highs, has pulled back. I'll tell you right now the exact number, because we always like to talk about 20 to 30% zones for long-term money. So Nvidia has pulled back only about 12% from all-time highs. It did just fill that gap up. It's right back in that itchy support area too. So keep an eye out for Nvidia. So look at the other semis. A lot of them have already sold off. A lot of them have bounced back. So whatever happens with Nvidia, that's going to set the tone for the rest of the semis, and that's going to set the tone for pretty much the whole tech sector, pretty much the NASDAQ. So keep an eye out for that. What's been kind of cool and like interesting to see is this year, the stock market really did depeg away from crypto, but for good reason, right? Let's talk about the last time that the crypto market depegged from the stock market. That was around, oh man, time is just like one big loop for me now ever since the mid-30s. But the whole Bitcoin ETF thing, Justin, was that a 2024 narrative or 2025? I want to say 2024. I think 2024. Yeah, 2024. So guys, 2024, Bitcoin and Ethereum depegged from S&P and NASDAQ because they had the whole narrative of, hey, crypto is this new technology. It's finally made it to the mainstream. It's finally being accepted. Now there's Bitcoin ETFs. Now there's Ethereum ETFs, and there's all these other cryptocurrency ETFs being filed, okay? That's why crypto depegged from the stock market. This year, the reason why the stock market depegged away from the crypto market is because the whole AI sector, the whole data growth, the whole memory, so all this new stuff happening, this new innovation happening for companies that are enlisted in the stock market, right? So that's why stock market depegged away so much, right? Now we could see the same thing happen again. We could see the stock market go lower and the crypto market just completely ramp up, even if the earnings don't go well for the semis, right? It's because we saw crypto pump based off of what's happening in the crypto market and the crypto news. So if the stock market is dipping but the crypto market is ripping, don't worry about it. We're just in a phase of the market where the assets are depegged from each other, and this happens whenever there's a big catalyst going on in either market, right? And we just discussed what they were. So keep an eye out for semis. If Nvidia sells off, very good chance that the other semis sell off. If Nvidia has a good earnings and what they speak about on the earnings call is good, one thing to look out for the earnings call is not them beating earnings, because Wall Street is already expecting them to beat earnings. Analysts is already expecting them to beat earnings. What we need to pay attention for is the forward guidance moving forward. Is if Nvidia says, yes, we beat earnings, and guess what? Q3 we're actually projected to make X percentage. Q4 we're projected to make X percentage growth. So that's what I think is going to be a major play for the Nvidia earnings, is the guidance going forward, not just the earnings beat, because Wall Street already has the earnings priced in as a beat and expected as a beat. So like I said, great picture of Italy, by the way, Hendy. That's actually really close to the forums. Yeah, so look out for Nvidia earnings on Wednesday. If that sells off, good indication that the tech sector will sell off and the semiconductor will sell off. If it's good, then crypto can probably benefit from that, and we should have an even better crypto market. So let's see how Nvidia does. So let's see what happens let's see what happens this week at that Jackson Hole event. And like I said, huge thing to keep an eye out for: bond buyback rates. Okay, bond buyback rates. If that keeps cranking up, then crypto will also keep cranking up. Let's go into crypto. All right, I'll cover the first part of crypto too.
Okay.
So
this is
first part of crypto, Bitcoin pumped 20%. Who caused it and who's selling? So kind of what I was just talking about and why a lot of this stuff intertwines with each other right now. So Bitcoin had its best week since 2024, ripping from the 60K lows to nearly 80K. Guys, if you got those DCAs from the long-term channel, congratulations. You're up like 20 to 30% on Solana, on Ondo, you're up a bajillion percent on Hype, you're up on Bitcoin, you're up on Ethereum. That long-term channel doesn't get used very often, but when it gets used, it is fucking impactful. Look at all the history in that from the last 3-4 years. Those buys, those are the buys, guys. Make a long-term account, follow that channel, don't ever trade that account. Just look at the long-term buys and sells on that account and you'll crush. Anyway, so what actually drove the pump, guys? We already said red crypto, we said innovation exemption, and like I said, the real catalyst that pumped crypto way harder was the yield curve for the bonds. And because that sparked buying in the crypto market, guys, there was a massive short squeeze. One of the biggest short squeezes we've seen since 2021. 2.74 billion shorts got liquidated. So basically, a lot of the market was very bearish on crypto. They were shorting crypto. They were leverage shorting on crypto. When all that spot buying started to happen, shorts had to cover. When shorts cover, they're literally buying back that asset. So it adds more buying pressure. So $1 billion got liquidated in 1 hour and 2.74 billion got liquidated in 24 hours. But here's what worried me, if you guys saw my story post, and why I think that the trend isn't confirmed just yet, and why I'm still skeptical. So we like to talk about insiders buying, right? And I talked to you guys about how 2 days before that pump, a random whale bought 5,000 Bitcoin. And they were buying Bitcoin leading up to that. Well, that mystery whale dumped 7,700 Bitcoin between August 19th and 22nd, right in between the pump. Another whale sold 7,000. Excuse me. Another whale sold 7,113 Bitcoin just 3 days prior. And then if you combine that with the third wallet that was getting all these crazy Binance deposits during the rally, there was some mystery wallet that was sending crazy deposits to Binance. And usually you send your Bitcoin to an exchange to either clean it or sell it. One or the other. Or 3, to move it to an exchange, cause potential hysteria to the public, right? Oh, why is so much crypto moving to exchanges? Are they going to sell? Are they going to sell? They could just be moving it to a different wallet and moved it through the exchange. You never know, but it's always good to be cautious. Long story short, guys, over 1.9 billion of Bitcoin got sold. And one of the biggest crypto market makers is called Wintermute, which I think is kind of a fire name. I don't know why, but they added $45 million in new short positions against Ethereum and Bitcoin. And it was actually Wintermute that moved a lot of money to Binance. Now, 2 other funds, Abrexis and Fazanari or something like that, so they moved a combined $600 million in Bitcoin and ETH to Binance and opened up shorts. So in total, there's 600 million in shorts. So just because there's $600 million in shorts doesn't mean that the market's going to tank, right? We just saw 2.7 billion in shorts get liquidated. So the reason why I wanted to put that out there is just so you guys can know that the pump is real. It's a good thing, but we need to understand what caused it and caused the liquidity, because it was Bessent's liquidity with the bonds and what happened with the 2 SEC acts. It wasn't necessarily organic demand. Even though those things do create organic demand, those weren't the main drivers, okay? And the other thing is we need to keep in mind the whale selling on this pump, okay? Because the breakout is there, but the trend still hasn't confirmed, and the trend doesn't confirm on Bitcoin until we break over 81.8K, which is a key level that we've talked about Bitcoin for ages, right? So with these exchanges moving money to shorts, just keep an eye out for a pullback is all I'm trying to say. Don't get over euphoric, and understand that if an asset moves 20 to 25%, if I'm a market maker, I'm probably going to sell in that gain and try to get a better position, right? And recap all that, but put a little caveat to it. We know these exchanges like to battle and liquidate each other. So like I said, just because there's 600 million in shorts in positions from 3 funds, doesn't mean 2 other funds can't go into battle and try to liquidate those shorts and make the market leg go up. Doesn't mean Bessent can't say on Thursday, you know what, we were going to buy 4 billion in bonds, now we're buying 8, and then those shorts get liquidated. So a lot of moving pieces right now in the market. This information is super vital. You knowing this information on the market take this day today is key, because the recording goes out days later and it's already almost too late for that. So keep this in mind. This is all stuff pointing at, okay, we're in the right place. We know the market has attention in crypto. We know we could see a potential breakout. Just let the levels confirm. That's the best way to approach this. With so many moving pieces, so many different things happening, just let the levels confirm, and your chart will be your best friend and show you that.
Nice.
Sorry, that kind of took a while.
Yeah.
All right, go on, dog.
I mean,
Strategy's back in the green.
yeah. I mean, that's you know what's really interesting. I think this is the last topic that we should cover, to be honest, because
Okay, Daddy.
I didn't even write it on here, but I
I'm getting
completely
delirious.
just remembered. But Did everybody see that GTA 6 leak going around? And I'll tell you why it ties into crypto.
No.
So there is this guy out there right now that leaked GTA 6 gameplay. Whoa. And this is like days before the reveal trailer comes out, like the Netflix trailer comes out. By the way, their trailer is on Netflix 6 hours before it hits public. They paywalled the trailer.
With a dead man switch.
Yeah. But I'll explain.
Oh my God, I'm horny.
So, anyways, there's this, and you guys are going to kind of be shocked about this. There's this guy, the guy's name is CyberLeak. He leaked a bunch of gameplay out on the internet these past couple days, and it looked really convincing, right? It looked super convincing. All the different things you could do, all the different little mechanics that there is, all this gameplay footage, yada, yada, yada. Now, if there's one thing you guys don't know or do know about Rockstar is that they take leaks very seriously. And the last person that leaked their game, they absolutely face fucked them in court. Like that guy is not going to see the light of day ever again. So, you know, that's something to consider if you're that person that wants to leak something like a Rockstar game, right? Now, with these leaks, he had a crypto token tag on them as the watermark, saying, you know, by CyberLeak to, you know, for the cause. His whole mission was to like keep games on a physical copy because PlayStation wants to go away from that and everything. Okay. Like he was being this video game activist basically. So, you know, over the past couple of days, the token was absolutely pumping. Some kid made like $500 grand from $1,000 out of that token too. But it turns out all those leaks that he posted were fake. It wasn't real.
Oh my God, it was AI.
Yeah, it was literally just like
genius.
And like and he was like the map that he was showing.
Criminals are so interesting to me,
bro.
I love studying them.
So like his whole scheme from the beginning was to create a token around a fake GTA 6 leak, and he was pretending to like threaten that he was going to release more from Rockstar, this and that, yada yada yada, and or
I'm gonna do the same thing right now,
or like help fund the cause to do it with other games by buying the token, yada yada yada. But it was all fake. It was not real.
Yo, SU, should we start a fake ass coin right now and just put out some AI slop?
But yeah, you guys could literally look up CyberLeak on X or something.
You guys trying to pump out some slop?
Sloppy top.
Is your thing frozen or no? Your Discord?
No. Wait. Oh yeah, it is. Oh, we're frozen.
Ruh-roh.
We're frozen. How long have we been frozen for?
Fuck, I don't know. If all the chat's leaving. Oh, wait. Are we back? We're
back.
Okay. All right, we're back.
What part did we leave off?
Oh my. Dude, they heard us. It was Mossad and Rockstar.
That's crazy.
Oh, shit.
You know what's crazy?
Froze the stream.
You know what's crazy, though? Rockstar already subpoenaed Discord and other chat platforms to find out who's leaking it already. So they have like full access to everything on Discord.
Guys, should we make a GTA coin and make AI slop and promote it?
Guys, did you hear me say that leak was fake?
Yeah. Did you guys hear that part?
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did. Wait, well, I don't know if Hardhead Degen is saying yes to me wanting to make a coin and rug it. I mean, what?
Oh.
Fuck, dude.
Did you guys hear me say that CyberLeak was fake?
Yes.
Okay.
They heard it was fake.
All right.
Pingu. All right, guys. We are actually past our time. I'm just gonna quick fire. Well, we already said this. Trump says the CFTC is working to bring hyperliquid onshore to the U.S. We talked about that on Kick. MicroStrategy is finally back in the green, but Saylor didn't buy the dip. Pansy, I did. But I get it. He couldn't. Elon is reportedly moving towards stablecoin payments for creators on X. He's been discussing this forever. Long story short, get crypto, don't be a square, but take everything into consideration. Like I said. Last but not least, two things, guys. Please join me every Tuesday and Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific time on Kick, because I'll be live streaming. So please join me tomorrow, guys. And join on Thursday. We got over 500 views last week, and I got over 56 followers, guys. Thank you so much. That was awesome.
That's awesome.
So you know what I'm going to do to pay back the community? We're giving away a 5K account. Who's ready? I am going to, again, pick a number 0 to 1 million. Again, 0 to 100. If you won the 5K account last week, do not participate. Pretty please. But if you won the 5K account on Kick, you can participate. That's the cool thing, guys. If you won on Kick, you can go again on SU. It's just if you won on SU that you can't win twice in a row. So number 0 to 100, pick a number. 12 people. Okay, the audience is us. Someone didn't put a number in. Anyway, June Sophia hit it right on the head with 62. That was crazy.
Holy crap.
Right on the dot.
Right on the dot. What?
Right on the dot.
How'd you do that, June? June?
62 ski. If you guys can see that. Yeah, you can see. Oh, there it is. 62, right on the money. Just shoot me a DM and I'll let you know how to get set up.
Congrats, June.
Congrats. Okay, next is the $200 givey. Congratulations, June Sophia. You're going to get a 5K funded account challenge. Now, you do have to pass the challenge, but if you pass it, you get 5K to trade with, and you keep 80% of the profit. It's pretty awesome. So I passed that 25K funded, and I made like $2,500 in profit. Pretty sweet. And then moved to the paid account. Now my paid account's up like 2K, so I'm going to get 80% of that. All right, guys, next 0 to 100 for $200. Ready, set, go.
While you guys are entering your numbers, I just wanted to say, there's another token out there that's, on par with Hyperliquid. That's another perp dex that we're just like not talking about, and it's been ripping lately, and it's about time. And that's
we'll go
lighter.
Off, King.
And that's lighter.
Lighter. Whoa.
Lit. L-I-T?
Oh, shit, Lit. I didn't know Lit's actual name was Lighter.
Yeah, it's called Lighter.
Yeah. Guys, get your votes in. Free $200, guys. Literally $200. You could withdraw it the same day. Hard hat. Where's hard hat? Yeah, hard hat. Seto. Okay, guys. No one guessed this one on the spot, but one person was just one away, and that number was 87. Ruckus, you got 88, my friend. It's you, pal.
Wow, Miriam in the close second, huh?
Close second. But hey, Miriam did win last week, though. So GG's. Guys, so congrats to Ruckus and congrats to June Sophia. I think this is the first time for the both of them winning something, so that's awesome. Just DM me. I'll get you guys all set up. And remember, if you guys want another shot at this, just join the live stream tomorrow. And like I said, for anyone that invites 5 friends to that live stream and says that they came because of you and they follow me, I'll put you in a raffle for $200. And guess what? If only one person does it, I'm just going to send you $200. Or if 2 people do it, you have a 50% chance of $200.
Guys fucking made of money. Jesus fucking Christ. Big money.
I mean, have you seen the price of ETH, dog? This shit's up like 25%,
my God.
dog.
He's got money to throw.
last month, I was wearing an iWatch. I'm back on the rolling now.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. He had to turn up
guys,
real quick.
That's all we got for you guys this week. Let's go crypto. The shit's pumping. Let's rock. I'll see you guys in the chat. I'll see you guys in the live stream. Winners, DM me. I'll get you guys situated tonight, okay? Thanks, everybody.
Take care.